Hey everybody! So, the bunny pin, as promised. This is the one that I showed you on Sunday night. And I made a second version of it, slightly smaller, as you can see. And this one I made with a slightly smaller hook and an equally fluffy-ish yarn. But this yarn is Patons Divine in like a baby pink. And I went looking for it because I had it in my stash when I made this rabbit. And I went to the website, and Patons still sells Divine yarn, but they don't have this baby pink color anymore. They have something I think called like a Chantilly Rose, or and it looks kind of pink, but I don't think it's this exact pink. So if you're looking for this exact yarn, you might have to do a little digging through your own stash, or contact the Patons website and take a look at the pink that they have there. They have other colors too, and I think this bunny would be really, really cute in a whole different bunch of shades. I'm thinking primarily pastels, you know, for Easter and the whole sort of Lolita look thing. But there are other fluffy yarns on the market. This one is from my stash as well, so I don't even know what this one was. This was just a ball somebody gave me. Anyway, I'm going to jump right into the tutorial. It's really, really basic. It's got similar aspects to some of the other ones we've done, and it's really quick, so make sure you're ready to write down the list of odds and sods that you need, and we'll get to it. So we're going to get right into it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by making the face of the rabbit. And the rabbit's face is made by with two circles, sort of like if you did the sun tutorial. It's the same thing. So we're going to make it all in pieces. The face is made in 2 bits, and it's single crocheted together. And the ears, kind of like the sun points in the sun tutorial, are made each, we make 2 of them, but they're made all in one. And then we make these little inner ear parts and sew it on at the end, and then we sew the whole thing together. Okie dokie. To start the face, so we're starting with the face, we're going to do a cinch circle, which is you wrap your yarn around your fingers, grab your hook, go through the hole, grab the yarn, pull the yarn back, wrap your yarn around your hook, pull it through that loop, and that secures your cinch circle. Into this circle, we're going to single crochet 6 times. So there's 1, and 2, and 3. I like to cinch it shut as I work, just because it doesn't need to be too unruly. 4, 5, and 6. Go ahead and cinch it shut. We're going to make 3 more rows of an ever-increasing circle, and so the second row, we've got 6 stitches in this row. That's first row. We're going to work directly into the next stitch, so no joining. I like that sort of continuous circle thing. We're going to do 2 single crochets into each stitch around, which will give us 12 at the end of this row. And the best way to do that and keep track is just to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you see I'm working over my little tail just so I weave it in and it stays out of my way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's the end of row 2. Now we're halfway done this bunny face already. The next row, because we're ever increasing outwards, is we're going to end with 18 stitches. So up from 12, add 6, you get 18. And the way we do that is 2 single crochets into the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the following stitch, and all the way around. 2, 1, 2, 1. And the best way to keep track is to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. All right, that's the end of row 3. One more row from 18 to 24, so we're adding another 6 stitches, and the way we're going to do that is by 2 single crochets into the next stitch, and then 1, and then 1. So it's a baseline of 4, so you'd increase 1, so 2 into the next, and then 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, all the way around. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. 4 more. 21, 22, 23, and 24. Now, this is the end of the increasing circle, and just because I'm going to be a bit picky today, as you can see, and I've talked about this in previous tutorials, you can see where the spiral starts, and so this is right where the spiral starts, which means that's the beginning of my second row, which means this is where I started. That was the very first stitch I created. So I'm going to single crochet up to that spot. So I'm going to do another, I'm going to single crochet into the next 3 stitches, just so I can bring that circle all the way back to the beginning. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but that does make it a little more rounder as opposed to having a slightly flatter top. And I just like the way that ends up looking when you're finished. So what you're going to do now, if this is your first circle, is you're going to just slip stitch into the next stitch, and then just snip your yarn about here and fasten off. But because I've already gone ahead and done my first one, you guys feel free to sort of pause the film right now and catch up, do your, sort of finish your first, and then catch up and do your second one. And once you get to the end of your second one, don't slip stitch, don't cut your yarn, because we're just going to continue single crocheting from here to put the 2 of them together. But first, we're going to give this little guy a face. So you grab your embroidery floss, and you cut yourself a length, which you can see I've already done. And you get yourself a decent needle. And I know I've got one, here it is. And you thread your embroidery floss. There we go. Now, I'm going to take this as the top of my head. So I'm going to look at my face, and because I'm going to do sleepy eyes, I may or may not put the eyelashes on this. If you do, that's fine, but when I made the second one, I noticed that the eyes were so small and the face was so small that the eyelashes just didn't really work out. So the eyelashes are great on the bigger bunny, but I may or may not do them on this little face. So you know you want 2 sleepy eyes, roughly on either side of that's the center, and maybe up a little higher. So if that was sort of going to be the nose of my bunny, I want the eyes closed to be just off center. So I'm going to enter my my thread just off center a little bit and work towards the middle. I'm going to leave a tail for knotting at the end, and I'm just going to put in 3 simple little stitches to get across the idea of a sleepy little bunny. one eye, and I'm going to jump to the other side. Looks sleepy to me. Now I think I'm going to forego the eyelashes just because it's small. So I'm going to knot off the two ends at the back. And no fine science to that. And I'll put that away for later. So I've knotted off the two ends on the back. I'm not going to bother weaving them in because obviously this is the inside of the bunny. And there's my little sleepy face. So I'm going to bring back the front, or the back I suppose in this case. I'm going to hold the two of them together. Just pair that up. And actually, you know what? I might just work this. Alright, and once you're comfortable, you just line the two together, and you're going to continue crocheting right where you left off. So you're going to go into the next stitch on the front or back, whichever one is facing you, and you're going to go directly across into this corresponding stitch on the other side. So you're going to end up with both stitches of the front and the back that you're working into at once, and you're just going to regular single crochet. So bring up a loop and a single crochet. Then you pick up the next stitch and the next stitch and single crochet. And you're going to do this all the way around, just about finished. And if you get close to the end and you realize that it doesn't quite work out, like you seem to be missing a couple stitches, just fake it. Find a stitch anywhere, stick your hook in and just make it happen. There, that's it. So you're going to slip stitch into the next two just to sort of neatly finish it off. Cut your yarn, and oh, that's the thing about fluffy yarn, it just doesn't necessarily want to work as neatly as the other stuff. There we go, and there's your face. Now I'm just going to quickly work this in, because I like to stay neat as I work. And there's one little, there. One face. Now we make the ears. And the ears start very much the same way that the face did. So you're going to create a cinch circle. And into that cinch circle, you're going to single crochet 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cinch it shut. And we're working in the round again, so no row joining. Into the very next stitch, you're going to single crochet 2, because we're going to increase from 6 to 9. So the pattern is 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So counting 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, that's the end of row 2. Row 3, we're going to go from 9 stitches to 12. So the pattern is 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. One more row of increase. We're going to go from 12 to 15, and the pattern is 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, all the way around, and that'll give us 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, for the next 3 rows, we're just going to single crochet straight all the way around. So each row will end with 15 stitches, and if you don't want to place markers, just count. 3 times 15 is 45, so you're going to single crochet 45 times, and that'll bring you right back to where you need to start decreasing. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, so you finished your 45 stitches. Technically that's 3 rows, and now we're going to start decreasing. So we're going to go from 15 to 12, and we do that by single crocheting 2 together. So you insert your hook and pull up a loop, and into the next stitch insert your hook and pull up a loop. So that you've got 3 loops on your hook. Wrap and go through all 3. That's how you single crochet 2 together. So the pattern is single crochet 2 together, and then single, single, single. So that counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet 2 together. This counts as a single stitch. 5, 6, 7, 8, single crochet 2 together. That's 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, for the next row, you're just going to single crochet all the way around. So count 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Balls rolling around here. 9, 10, 11, and 12. And one more decrease. We're going to go from 12 to 9. We do that by single crochet 2 together, and then single, single. So it looks like this. Single crochet 2 together, that counts as 1 stitch. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet 2 together. 4, 5, 6, single crochet 2 together, 7, 8, and 9. Now for the next 3 rows, you're just going to single crochet straight, so each row will have 9 stitches in it. And if you don't want to try and count your rows, just count to 27. 1, 2, 3, 25, 26, 27. Now, we're going to do that little trick I do where we look at the top of our ear, in this case, and we see where row 2 started. So we know that that was our first stitch, so that's the beginning line. And I want to bring the single crochets around to match up with that, just so I have a nice even shaped ear. So I'm going to single crochet into, let's say, the next 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yep. And then I'm going to slip stitch into the next one, and I'm going to cut a decent enough length of yarn that I can sew it to the rabbit head. And I'm going to just fasten that off. Now, go ahead and pause the video and make yourself a second ear. which I've already done. And the inner ear is done like this. So get our yarn going. Now you can downsize your hook if you want. I'm not going to bother because I kind of like a slightly lacy. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Slightly lacy look on the inside of my ear. We're going to chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, we're going to slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. We're going to single crochet into the next 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to half double crochet into the next 3. Now half double crochet is you wrap, go through that stitch, grab the yarn and pull it back so that you have 3 stitches on your loop, or loops I should say, 3 loops on your hook. Oh my gosh. Wrap and go through all 3. That's a half double crochet. I'm going to do 3 of those along here. Okay. And into the next 2 stitches, you're going to single crochet. 1 and 2. Now that'll bring you back to the first chain that you did, and that's sort of the last chain of the inner ear. You're going to single crochet 3 times into this same little hole here. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to mirror what you did on the other side. So you're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. You're going to half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. You're going to single crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and you're going to slip stitch into the last stitch, and then you're going to chain 1, cut yourself a nice long tail because you're going to use it to sew it to the to the ear, and just fasten off. Just pull that out. There you go. Now I'm going to show you how to do that again, just because it's a little on the funny side, so no need to pause your video. I'm going to have another sip of my coffee though. Nothing like coffee on a Saturday afternoon. Alright, where the heck did my end go? Ha! Alright, so we're going to do that again. You make yourself a slip stitch, and you chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Into that second chain from the hook, you slip stitch. Into the next 3, you single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Into the next 3, you half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the next 2. 1, 2, 3 single crochets into the last stitch. 1, 2, 3. And then we mirror it going up the back side. So you single crochet into the next 2 stitches. Half double crochet into the next 3. Single crochet into the next 3. find your tangling yarn. And single crochet, or sorry, slip stitch into that top stitch, chain 1, cut yourself a nice long tail, and fasten off. There we go. And I'll just throw that to the side. So, grab one of your ears. Man, this is so pretty. And you're going to grab your yarn needle, thread the end of that tail through it. You're going to line up your inner ear on your outer ear, and pick a spot that you like, hold it down, and just start sewing it on. And then we'll be nearly done. Now I just like to pull it down to the very beginning. And I do my knots down here. You can do them any way you want, anywhere you want. And then I just stick the whole thing back inside the ear. Maybe leave it up through a few of the stitches. Once again, guys, there's no fine science to this. You just do whatever makes you feel like it's going to stay there for good. And I'm going to just grab this little guy. Pull it back down inside the ear. Okay, that's one. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. Lavender bunny. Alright, go ahead and do number 2. And once you're done that, come on back and we'll sew them to the bunny itself. So that's the second ear finished. So now we're going to sew our ears to our little bunny head. And I'm going to start with this one. And I've lined them up where I want them. So I'm going to thread my tail. And I'm just going to poke it right where I want to put it in. So that's going to be starting one. And you're just going to sew your ears down through the top of the little face. This is similar to how we put the star points on the sunshine, but not exactly the same, because the star points were put on slightly differently. And you just kind of go back and forth until you feel that it's on there. And then I like to weave it back. Take the tail, weave it to the middle, because I'm going to do that with the second one, and then I'm going to knot them together. So then we take ear number 2, now we're going to sew those, or sorry, we're going to tie these two ends together. Brain fog, D, and then we're going to weave them in. And I'm going to weave both in at the same time. There we go. Snip off that little. Here we go. Ta-da! Bunny! Now, oh my gosh, you know what else I forgot to tell you guys to get? You have to get a safety pin to use as your clip. I am so sorry for being so brain dead today. Alright. a bunny bow. Bunny bow, bunny bow. Let me see. Do I like the white? Ooh, that's pretty. Or do I like the pink? I think I'm going to go with the white. Alright, so to make a bunny bow, or a little bow, out of a little scrap of ribbon, you don't need very much. I'm going to get a needle and thread. And, actually, oh, I have a thread in here. Or not.
You can get up.
I got it. Aha. Thread. I'll use white. Ah, so needle and thread. Just call me Miss Disorganization today. Oh, yeah. And a little thread. Let's see that. And we're going to thread our needle. Now I do that double thread thing where you knot both ends together, but I just feel that makes for a slightly stronger stitch. And we're going to measure the length of ribbon we want by literally making the bow and holding it up to the, I think that's about enough right there actually. Now I need a little bit, I'll just take it out there. Good idea to always clip your ribbons on an angle just so they don't fray on you. And if you've got a shiny side and a matte side, you want your shiny side out. So what I like to do is take both my ends and fold them to the middle, overlap them in the middle back. And it doesn't matter, the back's not going to be seen because it's going to be on your bunny. Take your needle and thread. From the back side, insert your needle and just run a quick running stitch up the middle of what is going to be your bow, all the way through all pieces. And when you get to the end, you can give it a little tug and that'll start to kind of pull it into shape. Now, you're going to do one stitch that goes in one side and then wraps around to the top or the bottom and comes out the same side that it went in. And then you're going to hold that together and you're just going to run through it a few times. And kind of look at it. There you go. Good. Now, I am going to, oh my gosh, that is so cute. I'm probably going to put a bead or a button on top of that. This is my box, or my bottle of random beads, so I'm just going to sort of randomly pick something that oh, that's kind of cute. That's pretty. Yes, that was easy. And just going to sew it onto the front of the bow. Remember, you guys, take your time with this stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, now I'm going to sew it directly onto the bunny ear. And I'm going to sew it down pretty tightly so that this squishes down. I might stick another little bead in there. One of these cute little green ones. orange one? No, I don't like the orange one. How about that orange? No. That green one. Yes, 2 green ones. This is what you call designing on the go, guys. Designing on the fly. Alright. There. There we go. Oh, that's so cute. Good. There we go. Alright, and once you feel that your little bow is tied down nice and tightly, just knot it off at the back. And weave it in a bit before you snip it, just so you don't have any little tails flying around. Now, the last thing we're going to do, oh my goodness, that's so cute. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to put a safety pin, or if you've even got a proper backer, even better, but safety pins are just fine. And we're going to use this as our clip. Now, I also noticed, because I wore this the other day to work, that because this is a bit of a bigger bunny, that you might want to put a pin at the top of the ear, just one ear, of your rabbit, so that when you pin up, you pin the first part down, and then you can pin the second part down, and the other ear won't go anywhere, and that way it won't be sort of flopping forward like all day on you. So if it's a bigger, heavier bunny, my recommendation is that you put one pin here at the top of the head and a pin at the top of one of the ears. And I'm going to make sure that, okay, so that's, I'm going to pull my pin right where I want to sew it down. I'm going to get some of the original yarn that I was using. Stab myself in the stomach with my scissors. I think I need sleep. Thread your hook, or needle I should say, and just start. So I'm going to slip this in here. I'm going to leave a tail because I'll just do a little knotting. And you just sew it down, just the one side, mind you, not the side that opens, but this sort of the solid side of your pin. There we go. And then you knot your ends together. Clip your yarn. And then weave in your two ends. I'm going to do that this way. Once more, both of them together. There we go. Alright. There you go, guys. One cute little bunny pin all ready for Easter. There you have it, guys. A bunny pin. It's a little over the top, but that's how I like my things. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask down in the comments below. I will endeavor to get another tutorial up shortly. Tune in Sunday night for my little vlog. I usually give you a preview of what I hope to do the week coming. And often I have sort of an A and a B suggestion. And you guys have been really great about telling me which ones you want to see. So thanks you so much for that. And we will continue on this cute little crafty adventure to come up with fun little projects so that we can all just stitch it up together. We'll talk to you really soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye! Thank you! Next.